Oh, baby, it's time. Holy crap, what a fun day. You talk about wrestling, y'all. This is going to be great. I have AEW right here. I have NXT on the wall, and I have you guys in the middle. We're going to watch both of these things to the best of our ability, and I'm going to try to let you know what's going on inside my skull as I watch both of these shows. I think what my plan is going to be is to have the volume on AEW and then glance over to NXT periodically. Now, if NXT's got big shit going on, if Cody and The Undertaker and John Cena are all in the ring together, we'll mute AEW, we'll watch this, and I'm going to try to watch both. I thought it would be fun. I know a lot of fans tonight are choosing to pick one and then watch the other one later. We're going to try to watch both because these nights are rare, and I like this so much better. I like an occasional Tuesday or Wednesday night war rather than doing them every week like we were a couple of years ago. So now whenever NXT or AEW gets bumped and moved to the other show's night, that's going to create a lot of fun. The last 24 hours have been remarkable. Tony Khan, happy birthday today to Tony Khan, went off last night. And last night, right after Raw and kind of during Raw, it was this game of one-upsmanship between WWE and AEW. And, you know, WWE's loaded up NXT tonight with Cody and John Cena and The Undertaker and Taylor Swift and Obama and everybody else. And AEW has stacked up their card. Both shows are going to go commercial free for the first 30 minutes. I think NXT announced it first, then AEW announced it. But I think AEW announced an overrun first, then NXT announced commercial free, then AEW announced commercial free, then AEW announced an overrun, I think is how it went. So both shows tonight, or I think NXT announced an overrun. So I think both shows have an overrun, and both shows are going to be going commercial free for the first 30 minutes. And Tony Khan also did a buy-in. There's a buy-in going on right now. I did not catch who won the match between Minoru Suzuki and Eddie Kingston, but that was taking place on the buy-in. And they even did a pre-show for tonight. So it's been really fun watching Tony Khan and WWE react to one another, and it has set us up for a pretty fun night. The only losers in this scenario, there is no losers in this scenario. We are the winners. The fans benefit from stuff like this because look at what WWE has done to NXT. Cody is there. Cody, of all people. John Cena, The Undertaker, apparently is going to be there. We have Paul Heyman scheduled. Jade Cargill tweeted out a tease tonight. Becky Lynch, I'm assuming, is going to be on the show. She's the champion, right? Who else is there? We have a lot going on. And we have matches. On the AEW side of things, we have Edge and Luchasaurus. We got a lot of good matches on AEW's card, but they are not loading up their show the way WWE is loading up theirs. WWE have put themselves in a position tonight to have no excuses because they are on their normal night in their normal time slot, and they have beefed up their show with some of the biggest legends that WWE has ever had. So if they lose tonight in the ratings, that's going to be a big victory for AEW. Now, with AEW, based on how many tweets Tony Khan has been sending out in the last 24 hours, all this shit talk, and I like an angry, irritated Tony Khan. He's the best. So with all that shit talking, I'm sure the fans are going to give him a very hard time if AEW loses tonight, but I think AEW's got a little bit less pressure. They're moving to a different night with a card that you would see pretty much on any AEW show. What we see tonight looks like a great card, but it's a card we could see on any given Dynamite. It's not like they're going out of their way to make anything too special tonight other than just giving us good, solid wrestling, which AEW usually does. WWE's the one throwing everything in the kitchen but the kitchen sink at us for NXT to try to maintain the numbers they're pulling in and for AEW to not do any damage to their rating. Now, I think in my predictions, I had AEW at 810,000, NXT at 760. That could very well be reversed. I think whatever the ratings do tomorrow, it's going to be extremely close, like within 100,000, I think, at least I hope. So whatever happens tomorrow, it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on the winning end of this from a ratings perspective, because WWE is putting a lot of stuff and a lot of talent on NXT. I'm ready for it, guys. How about you? Good to see you guys here in the chat. Thank you for being here tonight. I hope I'm not going to be too confusing for you, because I'm going to be watching both shows and trying to keep up with it and let you guys know what I'm watching. Let me know what you're choosing to watch tonight. And if any of you are hanging out with me tonight, this should be a trip and should be a hoot. Apparently, NXT does have something major planned to open the show. You would think that both programs are going to have something big up front to give the fans, that choice right off the bat. So I have a feeling we're either going to see Cody or Cena or Undertaker or all three of them open up NXT. And I don't know what AEW is planning on opening with tonight, but it's going to be fun. So anyway, good to see you guys here. I forget, the chat is right here. I have Big Bang Theory wrapping up right here. So basically how I've got it, I have AEW right here, the closest to me. NXT is on the wall. I could have shifted this and sat in the middle of my desk and used this and this, but it was hard to set that up. So I'm going with the television on the wall to watch NXT. I've got my Roku remote right here. I can turn the volume up when need be. And we're going to be watching primarily Dynamite with some occasional looks at NXT, and it looks like they've got a lot on tap. So we might be glancing at NXT a lot tonight, that's for sure. But good to see everybody in here. Let me say hi to the chat. Max Pokebruh in the house. Ruben Litton. We have the Juliet is here. Chris Miner as well. Good to see some of y'all here. Green Peace, Stephen Harris, Rodrigo Clyde, Wendell Slater is here as well. We've got Kevin. We've got Decimania. We got Sonic Plays. We got Michael Meerville. We have Jay Lambo. We got Pittman's Pit. Right on. I'm ready for this shit, man. This is going to be fun. Fun. Chris Miner, can't wait for Ilya Dragunov versus HBK for the NXT title. Is that what they're doing? I have not really seen any new announcements for the show. Let's see what WWE NXT has to say. Man, if Shawn Michaels came out of retirement for that, that would be nuts. Yeah, so we've got Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes. That's right. Paul Heyman is going to be in the corner of Braun Breaker. That's kind of interesting. Cena in the corner of Carmelo. Cody Rhodes is going to make a big announcement. I feel like he's either going to introduce his friend Jade Cargill to NXT, or he's going to announce the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. And we got a big six-man here with... I recognize Tyler Bate. I recognize Butch. I recognize Bridge and Pete Dunne. And I don't even know who the other three guys are, to be honest with you. So I don't even know what that match is about. But this should be fun. I'm ready for it. We're here. We're up and running. 2 minutes until showtime. Back in the day when WCW, when Raw and Nitro were on, for a while there, Raw was going live at 7:57. Remember that? They were so dumb because WCW was in the driver's seat. They're the ones with the network, with their own network. So when WWE made all those arrangements with USA to go at 7:57, that was so easy for WCW to counter. They're like, oh, we can do that too. And it's going to take a lot less, string pulling to get that done on our end than it is on WWE's end. So this has been fun. The last few hours have been great. Watching Tony Khan knock back those White Claws and just tweet out a shitstorm. So funny. And watching people pretend to be offended. Oh my God, it's reprehensible behavior for an owner. Get the fuck over yourself. Jesus Christ. Have some fun. Why is everybody so goddamn allergic to fun? My God. Oh my God, I can't believe how he's acting. Oh, you offend delicate flower. Jesus Christ. I'm like, I wouldn't worry too much about what Tony Khan's doing. Worry about your own life. I think it's hilarious. Plus, I'm looking at things more from a fan's perspective, yes, but also from a content creator's perspective. I love that we are having shit like this go down because it's fun. I like coming up here and making videos about it. And doing live streams. We are 1 minute away from showtime. All right. Little Caesars commercial. Fuck off. We got the guy from MASH up here on USA Network. I'm ready. I'm locked and loaded. I got my nice cold frosty beverage open. I put these in the freezer because I didn't have any cold and I left them in there too long. So this beer is about as cold as you can get before freezing. It's almost too cold. It's like hard to taste it. Cody is opening NXT. Right on. Moxley got pulled tonight, huh? What happened to him? Yeah, I think Tony Khan went into Cody and Jey Uso's bus and had a few cocktails with him on Saturday because, that Cody and Jey Uso stuff was so fun at the presser. My God. What's up, Zach? Good to see you. Good to see Ryan here as well. Anybody else chiming in? Here, let me refresh this because it's top of the hour and I'm still watching Big Bang Theory. That doesn't make sense. Come on, where are you, TBS? I'm still watching NXT on the other channel. Neither show has started yet. And it's 5 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern by my clock exactly. So I might be a couple seconds behind because I've got credits on both. Credits on Law & Order, whatever that shit is, and credits on Big Bang. Both happening now. All right, WWE's kicking off. Andre's being slammed. Then, now, forever. All right, here comes AEW. This is so cool. We got both of them. Oh, Christian. Title Tuesday. Christian's opening from the truck. And NXT, I can't tell what's going on there yet. Giving you guys the play-by-play.
Starting off with Bryan Danielson versus Swerve Strickland for the right to be the #1 contender to face me this Saturday.
All right. Christian's giving us a, check out this NXT. Here comes Cody. Pretty pathetic crowd on NXT, man. AEW's got 10 times more people in their building than NXT. WWE's attendance is in the mud, man. Sad. Sad how bad they're doing. Look at that. There's like 300 people there. What are they, renting out gymnasiums for NXT, for WWE? I thought WWE was big time. Cody's out there in front of like 18 people. Indie promotion. Let's watch the real deal over here, AEW. Christian was the right guy to open with. Thank you, Christian. That was so nice of him. Christian has given us the first 30 minutes of Dynamite commercial free. All y'all need to tweet him right now and thank him. Roll it. All right. By God, we do not deserve Christian. He probably paid for that out of his own pocket. He wanted to make sure that we enjoyed wrestling without the burden and hassle of advertisements and commercials, and made sure that he gave us that. That's why Christian is such a good person, you know. He's so good to us. Role model. Role model material, Christian. All right, so Dynamite's kicking off. Cody is still making his entrance, soaking in the dozens of people in the Performance Center. I love people who don't get my jokes on Twitter. It's so funny. I made a joke about NXT's small crowd, and I actually have people telling me, well, you know they do it in the Performance Center, right? It's a much smaller building. I'm like, I know. God, people are thick. Jesus Christ. All right, so we're opening with Danielson and Swerve. Let's hear what, so Danielson's making his entrance. I got to hear what Cody's saying. If I miss anything, tell me about it in the chat, because I'm trying to watch both here. All right, so Danielson is making his entrance, so there's no talking going on. We're going to listen to Cody. Cody and NXT, that's a sight. That's surreal. What do you want to talk about, NXT Universe? I don't know what they're chanting. So the winner of this Danielson Swerve match, I guess, is the #1 contender to Christian's TNT. Cody, I can't believe you're making an appearance in hip toss class. That's crazy. An announcement. Cody's got an announcement. All right, Cody is announcing something. Swerve is making his entrance in his match with Bryan Danielson, in case you're wondering what's going on. Let's listen to Cody. What you got to say, Cody? Ooh, announcements, plural. Dos announcements. That means 2 announcements in Spanish. Ooh, women's breakout. He's going to announce Jade. Okay, so he's announcing the breakout tournaments. Okay, I thought maybe he'd bring out Jade. What about the Dusty Classic, baby? Yeah. Cody just brought up the tag tournament. Okay. He's going to announce what he had for lunch. I had a turkey sandwich and a bowl of soup. Yeah, all right, the men's and women's breakout tournament and Dusty Classic is what Cody has announced here as Swerve and Danielson tie up on AEW. This is like work. I feel like I'm doing work. Normally I like just to sit and watch and drink beer, but I have to talk about shit. Turn this way a little bit. Oh, so Cody is the special guest general manager for NXT tonight, thanks to Shawn Michaels. Who's coming out? Oh, the champ. All right, I can handle that. All right, Dragunov is coming out. Men, I have to ask, why are we all shaving the sides of our heads and just leaving a little bit of hair on top like a hat? Why is Kaiser doing that? Why is Ilya Dragunov doing that? Why is Gunther doing that? Why are men doing that? Men need to stop doing that. It's ridiculous. Just go all the way or do what Cody does. It's either me or Cody. Those are your two choices. There's no in between. All right. Happy birthday. Is it Dragunov's birthday? And Tony Khan's birthday? Cool. Little mat game going on here between Swerve and Danielson. Aubrey is the referee. Maybe it's I don't know what it is. No, I see plenty of people. It's an American thing, too. The dudes are doing it here, too. Barry, you can have fun at work. I mean, he's also not wearing socks, but at least his pants are the correct length. All right, so both shows are kicking off here. We got Swerve and Danielson. A little stall in the match here between these two. And Dragunov and Cody are in the ring in NXT. Okay, so he's going to get interrupted too. This Judgment Day coming out. Dominic and Rhea in the house. Awful lot of championship belts on this show, I'll tell you. Already in NXT, we've seen 3 title belts without any wrestling. I don't see any title belts here.
You may be the NXT champion, but you don't compare to me. And only true double A champion.
Roddy, I'll have a sore neck by 6%. I don't have to look too hard. The TV's right there. Luckily, it's on a swivel, so I can move it kind of towards me. I thought about my setup. I have another monitor right here. I could have been like this, but I just thought it was better to do it the way I'm used to doing it. All right. I don't know if Cody's going to wind up making a match between these two guys or not. Oh, that's true. Technically, we have four champions and 5 total title belts in the ring.
You want to be just like your hero Cody. Why don't you put the NXT championship on the line tonight
I would love to see Mercedes Moné show up.
and see if you really are half the man you say you are?
Is Cody trying to make a title for title match here between Dragunov and Dom Dom? All right, so we're on the verge of some match being made here between Dragunov and Dom, with Cody as the acting general manager for NXT tonight. On AEW, Swerve and Danielson are in the ring. Matt Wrestling. It's a win-win right here, man. No matter which screen I look at, I smile. Tori Wilson just tweeted out, "Why do men have nipples?" In case you're wondering what she's up to today. I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? Okay, here we go. Cody's making it. Is next. Oh, it's official, not next, because you got to get changed. All right, so Dom's title is not on the line. Is that what I got out of that? Cody's going to ban everybody, right? Oh, he's going to make a special guest referee. Who's it going to be? Oh my God, they brought in LA Knight. Oh, I thought he was coming out. So Cody just announced LA Knight as the special guest referee for Dominic and Dragunov, which I'm guessing is going to be the main event because the title is on the line. So now they're bringing in LA Knight as well. So they're bringing in everybody. Oh, is that him driving up? That's a Honda Civic. That's the same car I drive. Who is that? That's literally the same car I drive. John Cena showing up in my car. I just don't have the dumb spoiler. Well, mine's a 4-door hatchback Civic 2023. That's what he just pulled up in. Ha! All right, here comes Roxanne Perez. This is going to be Roxanne and Asuka's match. I can turn this down a little bit since we're just going to get a match now. And we can concentrate back on AEW with Danielson working over Swerve Strickland. All right. Crazy night. Okay, so far on NXT. Oh, yeah, what's her face? I know her. On NXT, Cody is the acting general manager. He came out, he announced the men and women's NXT breakout tournaments and the return of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. He made a match between Ilya Dragunov and Dominic Mysterio for the NXT title. All of the members of Judgment Day, I guess they're not banned. He made a special guest referee that's going to be LA Knight. So that's what's happened so far on NXT as Asuka makes her entrance. Neither show is going to have a commercial for another 15 minutes. So this is all kinds of cool. We're getting this is awesome chance out of Swerve and Danielson. So crazy. I can't believe John Cena rolled up in my car. That's awesome. Those new Civics are nice. I got a Bose system in there and everything. It's fucking sweet. Cena knows what's up. You know, Braun Breaker would be a great Paul Heyman guy if that's what they're maybe planting the seeds for with Heyman being in his corner. I don't know if this is more about just stacking your NXT deck or if there's really a reason, storyline reason, that Paul is going to be with Braun Breaker. Yeah, Ronnie, what is Cena? He parked like a shithead, man. Oh, here comes Shotzi and her little tank. Her tank and her hair. Well, Cena's a big star. He's like, you can chuck the keys to the valet guy. It's his job. Oh, Danielson's got really working the leg on Strickland. Oh, really? You don't like this? See, I love the new ones, Michael. The new Civics are, I had a 2020 Honda Civic. That's the one I crashed last year, and then I got the new one. But I like the new body design. It's much smaller, more compact. I like the inside. I love the new Civic. Once I got in the new one, I'm like, oh, I like this so much better. So I'm different because my 2020 would have been the same as your 2019. But I just like the new model. It's nicer, smaller, more sporty. Tippy top rope suplex from Swerve to almost coming up. I'm glad they didn't do this match last week with both guys being from Seattle or from Washington. Oh, God, he's going for it, too. Oh, big, big back suplex. All right, Asuka and Roxanne Perez on NXT in the ring. Danielson and Swerve. We're probably about 12 or 13 minutes into this match, I would assume, so. Yo, happy Tuesday to you, Mohammed. Glad you are here. Thank you for the kind words. All right, so Danielson's stomping the shit out of Swerve. Asuka and Roxanne are starting hot. Oh, this six-man deal later is Pub Rules. It's Butch, Ridge Holland, and Tyler versus Gallus. Who the fuck is Gallus? I don't even know who these guys are. Oh, NXT is Asuka is undefeated in an NXT ring. That's true. So hopefully she won't win this or won't lose this match. What did I see? Did Prince Nana recently get swung by Claudio, but he still kept doing his dance? All right, Danielson's going for the run. Oh, wow. What a good shot by Swerve. Danielson was doing his buckle running knees thing, and he hurt himself on his ribs. Swerve took advantage. Big Swerve stomp. Is that going to be it? Danielson kicks out. Phew. I mean, that would have been a big win for Swerve after beating Hangman at the pay-per-view. Turning around and beating Danielson here. Oh! He'll kick out. Got to be cool for Aubrey to be reffing Danielson matches, you know? Like, wasn't she in the front row during his retirement in WWE? Sobbing. Oh, Eva Marie actually beat Asuka in a battle royal. I did not know that. In NXT? Wow. Eva Marie. Oh, there's Hangman. What's he got? Oh, look out. Swerve's going to eat these knees. Nope. Oh. No, he'll get the win here. He'll roll him up and win. Nope. No, still no. I thought with Hangman coming out, this would ensure a Danielson win. There's the knees. That'll do it. Swerve's done. That's it. Danielson beats Swerve with help from Hangman Page, who just came and took away a foreign object of some kind from Swerve. It looks like Nana's headband or something. All right. Danielson wins a great opener on Dynamite, and Roxanne and Asuka are battling it out in the ring. I'm okay with Swerve losing this here because this is Danielson. He's a top main eventer, and it plays into the storyline. This is typical wrestling booking. There was nothing odd about that at all. He's in a program with Hangman. He beat him at the pay-per-view. Hangman came out, stopped him from cheating, which gives Swerve a loss, but not a clean loss. Continues the thing with him and Head. There's nothing at all wrong with that. Let's not have any fake outrage here. Nothing at all wrong with that finish. I like Swerve. Nothing that we saw here is going to affect Swerve's potential to rise as a main eventer. I mean, if anything, they didn't have him lose clean to Danielson. They needed Hangman to get that done. So there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it. Moxley still not cleared. Thank you for that, Juliet. So Orange Cassidy will be replacing him tonight. I thought for sure when they booked Moxley versus Phoenix, that meant Moxley was going to take the title back. Maybe they're just going to give it right back to OC. They probably wish they could have Asuka just beat Roxanne. They probably wish they never would have done that match and just kept it on Orange Cassidy. I think Orange Cassidy might win the belt back. Unless they do, in fact, want to wait until Moxley's cleared and then give him the international title back, which means Phoenix will have to retain. I don't know. All right, Asuka was victorious over Roxanne. We're getting a Samoa Joe video package here. I don't even know what he said. What did he say there? Anybody catch that? All right, Jericho's coming out. This is going to be Chris Jericho and Powerhouse Hobbs. As we're getting a replay of Asuka's victory, so we got Judas on AEW, and we got, I don't know what's happening on NXT yet. The Ocho. Oh, who's this girl? Shotzi's coming in to take out whoever this is. Oh. Okay. Kalana James. Okay. I like the way she looks. I don't know much about her, though. Okay, so Samoa Joe just said he's always hungry. Okay, great. Oh, here comes Paul Heyman. That is such a small parking lot. That Heyman, gray-haired Heyman? Yep. I see Cena's car parked now. Do you see it back there? Somebody parked it for him. That was nice. Imagine Cena driving down the road in a Honda Civic in his full Cena gimmick gear and just running, bumping into him at a stoplight. Oh, hey, John. You know what I would do in this match? This Hobbs and Jericho match? I would do a straight squash. Like an absolute murdering of Jericho. Powerhouse. I kind of like he's kind of gone to the short deal. He doesn't have, or maybe he's still got the straps. Maybe they're just down. But it doesn't look like it. I don't think he's got the singlet anymore. I think he's just straight little shorties there. Good luck, Jericho. I think Hobbs should murder him. One thing that cannot happen here is Jericho beating Powerhouse Hobbs. That better not be happening. All right, we're getting the six-man pub brawl thing next. Okay, good. So we got Jericho and Hobbs on AEW, and it looks like we're getting the six-man. Oh, yeah, there's the beer. Cheers. Cheers, brawling brutes. Okay. Oh, they're being attacked. Y'all can't even spell the name of this thing. Gallows, Gaius. It's Gallus, isn't it? All right, so I'm going to turn down this big brawl here because this is just going to be a lot of brawling stuff. Typical stuff, probably great action. But I want to see Hobbs and Jericho, and I want to see Hobbs murder him. Power slam, yeah. This needs to be a definitive win, I'm telling you. It's the best way. It'll do nothing to harm Jericho, and it will do a ton to elevate Hobbs. I think he's probably just going to beat Jericho up until people come out to make the save. Is that what we're going to do here? Probably. Better give it up. Don't let him low blow you. Oh. Jericho's trying to fight. Come on, Hobbs. Just put him away. Just put him away. I want this to be completely lopsided. Have you seen his 1969 MC? I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Yeah, is Aubrey the only ref they have here tonight? She's I guess since it's commercial free, they're just keeping her in the ring. You just stay in there. Callous shit talking Jericho. If anybody's watching right now, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. Please subscribe. We are just a little over 300 subscribers away from 40,000, so help us out. Oh, commercial breaks on NXT. Oh, yeah, right at the very, very top. Let's see if AEW does the same thing and they go to picture in picture. But the 30 minutes is officially up, and NXT has a commercial. Nothing on AEW yet. Michael Cuomo, the remote needs new batteries. I hate that. It's happened to me a few times. The worst is when your mouse needs new batteries. And I've got 2 of them here. Fuck. Hobbs is taking way more punishment than I wanted him to. I love that a baseball bat is just allowed to be laying inside the ring. Wow, another spine buster. Yeah, I mean Jericho at his age, spinies, man, they're hard to take. Hmm. This is Title Tuesday, and we have not had a title match yet. Cassidy and Phoenix. I'm really curious if Cassidy's going to win that belt back. I think he might. Timeless Tony Storm is ready for her close-up. I love that AEW still has not gone to a commercial yet. 32 minutes commercial-free so far for Dynamite. A lot of people are complaining about the Luchasaurus match. That's the first match he's doing. I'm like, well, it's Luchasaurus. It's Christian's like partner. He's in a feud with Christian. I don't get why that's weird, you know? Like, what would be weirder is if he worked with somebody completely different. Like, when that happens, you always hear the critics say, what's the story? Why are they just wrestling each other? Now you got this match that has a story, and they're like, it's a weak match. Never win. Nicole, thank you for that very generous super chat and welcome. This is almost too much for my ADHD brain, but I love it. I love it too because I'm trying to watch two things at once and talk to you guys and tweet and drink a frosty beverage. We got dueling airplane spins in NXT, and we got Powerhouse working over Jericho on Dynamite. It's fun. Thank you for that, Nicole. And I hope that I don't do anything to complicate your ADHD anymore. I have ADD OCD. It's this this weird thing where, oh, there it is. Yeah, I love that. ADD OCD is when you constantly change what you're completely obsessed with, and that's me. I am so glad that was a clean victory. You have no idea. I mean, I wanted it to be a full-blown squash, but I can live with that. It needed to be emphatic and needed to be dominant, and that was. I mean, Jericho had a few flurries there, but nothing over the top. Awesome. That was a win that Hobbs absolutely needed to have. It would have made zero sense for Jericho to escape that match with a victory or without getting beat. You're trying to build Hobbs. He is going to be, I hope whatever mistakes, he's going to continue to beat him up. I hope Tony Khan learns from his Wardlow mistakes with Hobbs. And if this guy gets hot like he's starting to get hot, do not fuck him up. Do not cool him off. Just get him hotter. When he's hot, just make him hotter. All right, Jericho. Yeah, I just don't know what fans would have wanted instead of Luchasaurus, because that's part of the, if you put him in the ring with Danielson, again, what's the story? Why are you doing that? There's plenty of time to put Edge in the ring with a whole bunch of guys, but right now he's in a program with Christian. Luchasaurus is Christian's boy. That's why we're getting the match. It's not difficult to grasp this. I don't know why it is for some fans. I love this. We're back at Roddy's house. Oh, we're going to mow the grass now? Oh, my God. Yard work? They're making him mow the grass in his scooter. I'll get it on the way back. This is ridiculous. They're making Adam Cole mow the grass on a scooter.
Listen, Roddy, I gotta go home. I gotta get a change of shirt. This shirt's disgusting. What are you talking about, dude? I actually have something in the house for you.
Oh my God, neck strong since 2000. They've all got the necks. They got the giraffe. They got the neck shirts. Adam Cole has got all of his blotchy leftover spray tan shit all over him. Yeah. There's no TV in the house. TV's the devil. What about computers, Roddy? Are they the devil too? Adam, you need to go in a regular tanning bed and not do the spray shit because it looks terrible. I'm going to go get surgery now. All right, Cassidy and Phoenix up next. That means Edge and Luchasaurus might be the main event. All right, we're getting this match now. So I don't know if we'll see a title change here or not. Maybe we will. Still haven't seen a commercial on Dynamite, have we? Maybe they're going the first hour commercial free. Maybe they're doing the whole damn thing commercial free. That would be even better. All right, come on. He's got the bag. He's ready. The Jan Sport is there. All you got to do is put the belt in it. Oh, Heyman's talking to The Rock's daughter. I missed that. Did they show that? I wouldn't go too crazy with Paul Heyman. Don't give him too many Paul Heyman guys and gals because we've seen plenty of Paul Heyman people not work out, like Curtis Axel and Ryback and whoever the fuck else, other than Brock and Roman. I guess Punk was okay. He was all right. All right, Ray Phoenix. I wouldn't mind seeing Phoenix hold the belt, though, for a little while. Claudio, that's right. I forgot about Claudio. All right, so we have Ray Phoenix and Orange Cassidy about to have their match for the international title. Moxley was pulled, not cleared yet on NXT. We have what appears to be a commercial or a vignette. Vignette, it looks like, of Becky and whoever that girl is. And yeah, and Becky. It looks like a Becky video package. Okay, good. Oh, that's Laya. What's her name? Lara Valkyrie? Looks like they're renaming Brian Pillman Jr. to Lexus King. It's a combination of a couple of his sister's names. I guess that's fine. I would have been fine with Brian Pillman Jr., but sounds like they're going to give him a new name, but still acknowledge the fact that he's Brian Pillman's son. Compromise. I like the purple and gold on Phoenix. I spent a small chunk of my life in Greenville, North Carolina, home of East Carolina University and the Pirates. Oh, nice, nice. God. I'm wondering if Moxley would not have been pulled, and wow. He is so incredible. If Moxley would have won the title back here tonight, I think he would have. But he got rocked, man, in that match a couple weeks ago. They should utilize him more on commentary. He was great at the pay-per-view. All right, we have an interview on TV with two women who I don't know who they are. I know who Tegan Knox is, though. Tegan Knox and her Fruity Pebble hair. Girl. Phoenix all the way out of the ring. Promo continues, or interview continues on NXT. Trying my best, y'all. Trying my best. Bear with Greg. Cena is next on NXT. Apparently, that's good. All right. Tegan looks sad. What was said? What made Tegan sad there? We're not in the business of making Tegan Knox sad on this channel, so. All right, here comes Cena. He's walking to the ring. Can you find it? This place is huge. All right, we got a commercial, full-blown commercial on NXT. And Phoenix and OC continue to battle on Dynamite. Let me check my Twitters. Okay, they're showing Heyman talking to Rock's daughter. Maybe they bring her in and Naomi. I mean, Rock's daughter is real bloodline. Naomi would be blood by marriage, or be bloodline by marriage. Oh, I can't even do my RVD. There we go. Let me move him into frame there real quick. Hello, RVD. There we go. That sign, stop using Canadian destroyers. No, do more of them. I hate fans that take shit too seriously. Stop pretending what you're watching is real athletics. It's real athleticism, but stop being mad about shit that looks fake. You're watching pro wrestling. We all know what we're watching. People were mad because Seth fell on a crash pad the other night. I'm like, who fucking cares? Fall on a mattress. I don't care. Oh my God. Fans who complain about Canadian destroyers are just fans that don't remember how boring wrestling used to be, I think. I'm like, I like the ridiculous nature of wrestling. I don't think I'd like wrestling if it didn't have that. Oh, Ray stopped right in his tracks. Oh, the beach break. I thought it was a dead eye. So it looks like Phoenix has got a little back injury here too, similar to what happened to Danielson with his liver in the earlier match. Orange punch. Wow. Clean in the middle. This is going to be it? Wow. I mean, he hit him with that orange punch so perfectly in the middle. And so that feels like what they were going to do probably with Moxley, is because I don't think the plan was to ever put the title on Phoenix. They just had to. So now the title's off of him. And Cassidy, unfortunately, is the champion again. And had he never lost it, he would have been champ for a year by now. Way to go, Cassidy. We've seen a title change on AEW. Got an insurance commercial on NXT right now. It's nice that Penta came out to check on his boy. Where's he going? Hook's there too. Look at this. I like that Hook also has a book bag. Hey, look, I have a bag too. You want to put I could put my FTW title in my bag, and you can put your international title in your bag. And we could be bag twins. All right, Tony Storm. Good, we got a commercial on NXT, so Tony can get the time she deserves. Lover's Lament. I love watching somebody lose their mind. It's great. Play the picture. Play the picture. Play the picture. Hey, wait. They're gonna picture in picture Lover's Lament? What? What? Why would you do her like that? Why would you do this? What the fuck are they doing? Is this just me, or are you guys getting picture in picture too during Tony's shit? There's no way that could have been on purpose. What? That makes no sense at all. That makes no sense at all. Why are they doing this? No, it does. So stop transferring heat. Don't be stupid. It's not because this is just a very bad commercial spot timing. It probably has something to do with this 30 minutes free shit. This can play into her story, true. Maybe they are doing this on purpose just so she'll flip the fuck out. That's so weird. That's so weird why they're doing this. I don't know why they're doing this to Tony Storm. That's so crazy. Oh, okay, it's on purpose. Well, now she's off there. Okay, well, if they did that on purpose, then I'm fine with it. But I just wasn't sure. Huh. They'll come back, and she'll be losing her shit.
Why didn't I try medication sooner? I guess I thought my anxiety would just go away. Hers changed everything. Reconnecting me with the providers who thought I was. Now I finally feel like myself again. It started today.
That's so funny. Well, maybe it's on purpose. We'll have to see. That's great. Oh, wait, Cena's in the ring. Shit, I got a commercial, and I'm not paying any mind to Cena. Shit. All right, let's turn down our Fantasy Kings shit or whatever. Oh, Wardlow. Oh, shit, now we got Wardlow and Cena? What do I do? Okay, so Wardlow's just going to come out for another squash. He's going to kill this guy who's in the ring. We know that. Let's see what Cena has to say. Thank you, Cena. All right, Cena's talking. I'm going to grab a beer out of my fridge. Okay. Cena's talking about core values. It's all about them core values, y'all. Wardlow is murdering somebody. Is that Matt Sydal? It looks like Matt Sydal, but I don't know if it is Matt Sydal. John Cena in NXT. That's pretty cool that he's there in front of a small crowd like that. As Wardlow just murders who I think is Matt Sydal, but I still can't see his face. Aubrey calls for the bell. And Wardlow leads through the crowd again. If Tony Khan thinks that Wardlow might leave when his contract is up, I think that this might be Tony Khan's way of building Wardlow up for a match with MJF so MJF can beat him before he leaves. All right, we're cutting backstage to Renee as Braun Breaker comes out. Oh, we're going to talk to Jericho. Renee and Jericho. Okay. Bernard and Parker, or Bernard and Garcia are here. Garcia's checking on Jericho. Garcia looks concerned about Jericho, but he has to walk away. Just like Daniel's friend Freddie in the Karate Kid when Daniel gets his ass kicked on the beach and Freddie has to leave. Same thing, man. All right, Hangman's making his way to the ring. Who's he facing tonight? He's facing Jay White. Holy shit, Hangman and Jay White. Okay. Hangman and Jay White on one TV and John Cena and Braun Breaker on the other. All right, what's Braun Breaker have to say while Hangman's making his entrance? I guess I kind of like the beard on Breaker. It's just that name, man. Hey, Braun Breaker, can you get more tanned? Is that possible? He sounds so much like Scott Steiner. He sounds like both of them, too. But more like Scott than Robbie. All right, Jay White's coming out. Oh, what are the ass boys driving? Or what's Colton driving? They're both driving little scooters, little Hot Wheels. Oh, that's glorious. And Juice has one, too. And the Jay White cutout. Oh, I love this. Sorry, John Cena. BG Gold. Oh, and Jay White's got the title. I didn't know he kept the title, so they're doing the stealing gimmick. Okay. All right, John Cena's giving the young fella a lecture on attitude and respect. That's good. Me and John Cena are twice the age of this little shit, Braun Breaker. And we need to teach that very, very poorly spray-tanned boy some respect. It's a teachable moment for Breaker. Yeah. Braun Breaker, you don't want none of John Cena. John Cena will fuck you up. Yeah, Braun is good on the mic, but I would not want to challenge. Oh, he attacked Cena. Oh, shit. Okay. So Braun Breaker just punched Cena. And as Jay White and Hangman kicks off, oh, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. Missed the spear. AA to no, Breaker gets out of there. Well, if that is a future match, if we get John Cena and Braun Breaker, imagine if we get John Cena versus Braun Breaker in NXT. How great that would be. Dirty Dom and LA Knight with the... All they did was Photoshop the referee shirt on an already existing render of LA Knight. I could have done that. That's funny. All right. All right. Commercial NXT, Jay White, Hangman. Bella's underway in that one. I could do this shit every week, man. This is fun. What if Dom wins the title? Then Greg is going to celebrate, Max. Dom wins the title. I'll pour this beer all over my head. Maybe not. It was cold last time I did that. Yeah, good point that because of what we saw in the Swerve and Danielson match, that we could very well just see the very same thing here with Swerve coming out and costing Hangman the match against Jay White, because if Jay White's going to be facing MJF at Full Gear, he shan't not lose a match before then. So I think this is one Jay White, at the very least, has to not lose. So Swerve coming out, getting some revenge on Hangman, I think is the way to go in this one. I'll be back in just a second. All right, back. All right, so we got a picture-in-picture now on Dynamite and a full-blown commercial on NXT. That's true. The Juliet MJF could also come out here and try to retrieve his Triple B. That could happen. All right. I keep forgetting tomorrow is Rhea Ripley's birthday. So, yeah, Dom is going to give her a very happy birthday if he's able to pick up that title. Double champion Dom. I'm going to make a prediction right now that that will not happen. Dominic will not win the NXT title tonight. But if he did, I mean, they might want to do something like that. Honestly, like if WWE knows that tonight maybe AEW does something big in the main event segment, maybe we get another debut or something. If they want to distract fans from that, putting the title on Dominic, having him win would be a pretty good way to do that. And they could just have him drop it back in like a week or something if they wanted to. But we will see. I still cannot believe they pictured Tony Storm. All right, Cody's backstage with all the sodas. Man, they got a lot of sodas in NXT. That's good. Who are these guys? This is Tony. Okay, this is Tony Mama Luke and Matt Taven's cousin, Mark Taven. Is that right? He looks like him. It's Tony Mama Luke and Mark Taven. That's who these guys are. Talking to Cody. I've just named them. Or it might be Tony Mama Luke and Vinny Bag of Donuts. Might be Nikki the Fish. Watching Cody try to get into this is great. Good to see Hangman continuing his Shawn Michaels Survivor Series 02 tights. I don't know what these guys are saying. I'm barely listening, but I'm liking Cody's facial expressions. Okay, so they're proposing some shit here to Cody, who is the GM tonight, for some match at Halloween Havoc. And Cody likes this. And as Jay White chops Hangman, at the same time, Cody seems to be agreeing with whatever Tony Mamaluke and Nikki the Fish are saying. Bada bing, bada boom, battle royal. Is there any other kind? Yeah, Cody walks away jacked and psyched. I love it. Oh, hi, Baron Corbin. Are you taking time away from being buried by chef reactions on Twitter? That's nice. I'm glad you found time in your schedule. I like how the whole gun club has got the cutout of Jay White laid across them as they sit crisscross applesauce on the outside of the ring. That's adorable. Nice nip up by Hanger. There is nothing crazier to me than a standing shooting star. That's just the first time I saw a regular shooting star off the top rope, I shit myself in disbelief that a move like that was even possible. Now motherfuckers are doing it just standing up on the mat. The business has evolved. That's why we see Canadian destroyers now, because wrestlers are capable of doing shit like that. We would have seen Canadian destroyers long ago had this type of athleticism been the norm in the ring. All right, here comes LA Knight, back home in NXT. It blows my mind that I was once watching this guy on NWA, Power. And Impact. I guess we're doing the title match now. I guess it's going to go in. That means they might have something big planned. We still have not seen any of this Undertaker shit. Still haven't seen Taylor Swift. We know she's coming out. She might be coming out to challenge Becky is probably what they're going to do there with T-Swift. There's been talk of doing maybe Taylor Swift and Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. So if she wins the title here, that will put Taylor Swift on the trajectory to give her a nice, long, healthy NXT title run before WrestleMania. So that's probably what they're going to do, I would assume. All right, Ripley and Dom are making their entrance, so I'm going to turn this down. They could, since this is top of the hour, I mean, they might do a little schmoz here where they restart the match later or something, I don't know. But Braun Breaker and Carmelo, I guess, will be our main event tonight. And that's fine. Canadian Destroyers are awesome, Max Pokey, bro. In my opinion, as somebody who's been watching wrestling for 4 decades and watched wrestling inside of 5 decades, that nothing is out of bounds in pro wrestling. We're watching goofy, crazy, fake shit. Nothing matters. It does not matter how fake a move looks. I do not care. I know what I'm watching. I want it to look as good as possible, but the reason I defend Canadian Destroyers is because people who don't like Canadian Destroyers, it usually comes from the perspective of a really pretentious wrestling fan who's so desperate to make this form of entertainment legitimate when it's not. So stop acting pretentious. I used to be that way. The reason I know this is because I used to be that way. And it's usually with fans way younger than me that have these type of problems, or bitter, older wrestling fans who are somehow too stuck in the past to appreciate the evolution of the business. It's usually those two. And snarky, pretentious wrestling fans who like to pretend that they know more than everybody else are the ones that generally will reject Canadian Destroyers. I welcome everything. Bring it. Because if Canadian Destroyers were going to kill the business would have been dead. And despite the fact that Canadian Destroyers exist, we are still seeing tremendous attendance numbers, pay-per-view buy rates, overall interest in wrestling, great competition as we're seeing right now. Canadian destroyers are the least of wrestling's problems. Believe me. Give me 20 in one match, and I won't even say a word. Won't even complain. Won't have shit to say about it. I'll just laugh at those that do. All right, now it's picture-in-picture on Dynamite, and NXT is... And I love that LA Knight is just, he's got his, what are those like, those boots called? Like those Timberlands or something? He's got those things on, and then he's got his vest. He's still wearing his glasses, and he's got his little referee shirt, his NXT, and he's wearing jeans. Not the most comfortable ring attire. I mean, even Austin dressed more casual than that. Rodrigo, I used to bring signs to wrestling shows all the time back in the day, but don't bring them anymore. But signs was all about, I used to bring like 5 or 6 at a time. I'd get the big, thick, like stronger even than poster board, like the foam board, and I would write like front and back, and I would bring like 5 of those, so I'd have 10 different sayings I could like lift up. That was our Twitter. That was social media back in the day. Taking a sign to wrestling shows and trying to get other people around you to pop when they read them. That was the whole, my whole motivation for taking signs. Yeah, there's no way Dominic's going to win this title in the middle of the show, so that's not happening. Plus, Dragunov just won the damn thing. No, he's safe tonight. Dragunov's safe. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I know you don't mind that, but some people, Max, you've seen the complaints. I'm sure you've seen it. This is why the business sucks today. I'm not saying you're saying that, but plenty of people do. I've seen plenty of fans convinced that things like Canadian destroyers are what's ruining the business when the business is the opposite of being ruined. It's making more money than it ever has. But of all the ridiculous things we've seen in wrestling, Canadian destroyers are like one of the least ridiculous things we've seen. Jesus Christ. We've seen people come back from the dead. Like, I can live with a Canadian destroyer. I don't give a shit. Destroy away. Oh, fall away from the top. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Like a top rope fall away moonsault that Hangman does. Look how close he came to his head, just... I just don't know how you stand on a top rope of a wrestling ring holding another man and then do a backflip off with him while holding him. Jesus. Jay White, he feels way leaner than he used to be in New Japan, or maybe it's just me, but man, he is. Oh, that was a gnar Uranagi too, because Hangman landed on his shoulder. I prefer American destroyers. I wonder what ours would look like. But a little bit, like Canadian destroyers are polite. What are ours going to look like? And with ours, you probably fall on your head. It's probably more of a pile driver. Because right now, it's more of just like a sunset flip power bomb type of thing. But if you land it on her head, that would be an American destroyer. Okay, turning this one down. Pat Mahomes. I thought Subway was like going out of business. How have they afforded like Steph Curry, Pat Mahomes? Who else do they have? They got some athletes. Subway has like shelled out some bucks. I thought that was a franchise that was like going under. Why the Subway's still hanging in there, man. Good for them. Yeah, now it looks like Jay's going for kind of like something. Oh, wow. And there's the belt laying right there on the floor. You would think if MJF was anywhere around the backstage area, he'd be running out there retrieving his Triple B. He's got to feel lost without it. Tito, I wish I could show you to the camera because you're so cute down there. Oh, big moonsault by Hangman onto Jay White. As Dominic, all right, we're back to full pictures in each show. Hangman and Jay White look like they're in Act 3 here. Probably Act 1 or 2 here for Dragunov and Dominic. Hangman's going for, setting up for a buckshot, but he's not going to be successful with this. Oh, no, he's not. Nice. I really like Jay White. Wow, what strength by the much smaller Jay White. He displayed Hangman level power there. Because Hangman's strong. All right, Hangman's in buckshot position again. Let's see if he hits it here. Hot. Nope. Deadeye. Buckshot lariat was countered with a Blade Runner attempt, which was countered into a Deadeye. That wasn't hit very good, but hit. Jay White kicks out. We'll be doing a ton of Survivor Series watch-alongs in November, Rodrigo. The rest of October is Halloween Havocs. All links are up the next 3 Sundays. 1993, 1994, and 1999. Nana goes to hit Hangman. Missed. Rolled up here. Wow. And he pinned him. Wow, without too much help. We didn't even need Swerve for that. But it was the same type of thing. Nana came out instead. Tried to use the same weapon that Hangman took away from Swerve in the earlier match. So no Swerve, but we did get Prince Nana coming out there. All right, we were pretty close on the finish there. We knew Jay White could win and that Swerve might have something to do with it. Turned out to be our friend Prince Nana instead. There's Juice Robinson. I can see his rock hard taint from here. I can feel its aura. You can too. Don't pretend. Don't be fronting. Be right back. Oh, here comes MJF. Wanted to change shirts. The black shirt was making me look way too bright in the camera, so went to gray. Don't I look better? He's still got that Ring of Honor tag proudly displayed around his waist. Max is mad about not having the Triple B. I don't blame him. I'd be pissed too. All right. Max is agreeing to the match at Full Gear. I will be there, by the way, in Los Angeles. If anybody's going to be at the Forum, so will I. Let's hang out. He is outnumbered, unless, well, Adam Cole can't help you. He's 4-0 against Hangman? MJF and Jay White's going to be a great match. Jay-A-Y. Shush. 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 I love the cutout of him in the ring. All right, we got Dragunov and Dominic here. They're nearing the end of their battle here. LA Knight, special guest referee. There's no way he's going to be the referee and then have Dominic win the title. So we already know what the outcome is here. Dominic will not win the NXT title. 1,000,000,000,000%. Dragunov, I mean, maybe he'll lose by disqualification or something, but there ain't no fucking way he's losing the title at all. Shut the fuck up chance on Dynamite. Title match on NXT. What else can you ask for? Oh, he was going to say yes, but the crowd was rude, so fuck you.
You are the guy who doesn't give a damn about anybody else. You will do whatever it takes to get what you want. You will use people. You will abuse people. You will make people. Matter of fact,
Oh, we got JD McDonough showing up. And who else was that? Was that Balor that tried to interfere? Oh, wow. So we're getting all sorts of interference while MJF's talking. This is tough to follow. Trick Williams is holding Rhea. She does not like that. One. Dominic loses. MJF's cutting a promo of a lifetime while Dragunov celebrates after a lot of Judgment Day interference went awry. Trick Williams came down and caught Rhea Ripley in his arms. We are all jealous. Yeah, that was Finn Balor, I guess. All right. So Balor came out, got taken out by LA Knight. JD got taken out by Dragunov. Blunt force trauma to JD. And then a Dragunov victory over Dominic. That's what happened there. And MJF's calling the Triple B his livelihood and legacy. All right, this sounds like they bleeped out goddamn.
You are. I know you're next level. I know.
Oh, Dragunov just attacked, or Dijak just attacked Dragunov. Corbin's out there too. Okay.
Is not today. Do you understand? For once in your life, I'm going to ask you to do what I've done. Social dignity and respect, not to me. Elite wrestling and to these.
And so MJF's basically saying, give me my belt back, stop being a dick. I don't think Jay's going to give it back. They're all laughing. Juice is laughing. All right, we got Cena and Trick and Carmelo backstage. Cena, you are so outcooled in this segment, bro. I'm sorry. So Jay White's like, if you want to win this belt, you got to earn it by beating me.
if you can't be patient, if you can't wait, like you said, you could just come on down and take it.
Yeah, just come on down and take it.
But something tells me
Maybe Max will have some help, you know?
you don't have to get squad. There's no Adam Cole. You have no friends. So you ain't coming. People that can simply tolerate you, team up with you.
All right, so he's proposing a 8-man.
The Bang Bang Gang. And if you win,
Are they going to try to book that for Collision?
yeah. And Friedman, before you leave,
Friedman.
through the grapevine, that next week there's a Dynamite doesn't matter royal, baby.
Oh.
For a chance to win that stupid ring that you care about so much. So throw my name in. Take your ring, and we're gonna have everything that you love, you idiot. And then guess what? When that's all done, I'm gonna give you a little present, something you're really gonna like. There. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got your name on it, buddy, old boy. There, Friedman.
Oh, $10 in quarters. Tony Khan tweeted 15 minutes ago that he has a very important announcement coming up soon. So we'll see what that's about. Oh, wow. They got Max real mad on that one.
Yeah, I've been really too low. MJF, he's talked at length about the bullies that would torment him when his youth by throwing quarters at him. And there goes to him, and this goes to you. You know, if you ain't done with it.
Wow. It sucks that Adam Cole isn't healthy. You know, he could be a big help in all of this. Well, that was a pretty good segment. Thank you to everybody, too, all on the Twitter. Because of our double reaction here, it's hard to hear everything. And so I was confused why they were picturing Tony Storm's shit. But apparently that was on purpose. It was a silent film. It didn't matter. She wasn't saying anything anyway. So I didn't really know that. So that was definitely done on purpose. So that was not a mistake. Because I was about to say, she's one of the hottest things they got going there. Oh, look, and now we're doing it too. Act 2. Okay, see, now it makes much more sense. Lover's Lament, Act 2. Let's watch it this time.
It's the only medication that can treat a migraine when it strikes and prevent migraine attacks. Treat and prevent all in one. Don't take it.
I like that we're watching it during Bitcher and Bitcher. They'll probably upload the full screen version on YouTube.
Relief is possible. Talk to a doctor about Nurtec ODT.
Okay, man, I was about to say, I'm relieved. I'm relieved that this was on purpose. All right, NXT's on full commercial, so we got half a commercial. We have like a third of wrestling happening right now. Or a fourth, excuse me. Sometimes Tony moves in sequence with the music on the commercial, which is kind of cool. I don't know what Tony's doing, but it's hysterical. It's like watching somebody lose their mind. Yeah, AEW is purposely doing this with Tony Storm. That's all I cared about. Just making sure that it was done by design. Apparently it was. Or it is. So no, they're not doing Tony Storm wrong. Tony Khan isn't an amateur or all the other shit that people might think. And now she's yeah, she's losing her shit. I mean, someone like that, you would have to wonder if, like, if you have to pass a physical examination to get in the ring, and you can't be there's times when you can be physically not medically cleared. It seems like you could be mentally not cleared either, right? Medically, mentally cleared. Like you would think if you're Tony Khan and you're seeing one of your talents lose their minds in front of you. Well, I guess they'd let it happen in the NFL too. Who's that receiver that was kind of going ape shit there the last couple of years? Played for the Browns and stuff. That guy losing his mind. You would think that Tony Khan would want to take action and say, you know, Tony Storm, I cannot allow you to get in the ring because I don't know if you've noticed, but you're batshit insane. And I think it would be helpful if you spoke to a professional. Once you do that, and the professional tells me that you're no longer batshit insane, I'll let you wrestle again. All right. This is it. So we got a 60-minute time limit here on Saraya and Tony Storm. Or I'm sorry, Saraya and Hikaru Shida. And then we're going to get Edge and Luchasaurus in the main event, I guess, huh? Antonio Brown, that's probably who it is. The one who's nuts. Why is Cody Rhodes giving his time to Baron Corbin? Let's see what they have to say. I'm turning this Hikaru Shida entrance down. Okay. Okay, next week, Baron Corbin in a triple threat versus Dijak and the winner of Mello and Breaker, I think. And then if he wins that, he gets a match against Dragunov, I guess. I don't know what the fuck's going on. These guys. Who's the little guy on the white with the conquistador? Yeah, who the hell is this guy? I'm with Dominic. Who the fuck are you? You look like you have questionable pictures on your computer. That's who you look like. All right, Danny Palmer. Okay. She can do a good backflip. This is Danny Palmer versus somebody else. Is this the MMA girl? This one that's in the ring now? Lola Vice versus Danny Palmer. Okay. I don't care. Let's watch this match instead. So I like this though. I love that there's a women's match on each screen. That's cool. But I think Shida and Saraya got a little bit more going on over here. So let's watch them. All right. I don't know if we're putting the belt back on Shida here, so I feel like Saraya will escape this. Loser! Saraya's got a lot of shit to say on social media lately. I mean, you can never blame anybody like her for ever barking back at anybody when you think about the unbelievable amount of just stupid brain-dead shit that gets thrown at her, either in DM or whatever. Just the most offensive shit possible. But then again, she's got a shithead fiance or boyfriend, so if you're with someone like that, then who cares? Did she say help me? So in Seguri, I thought Saraya yelled help me when she ran out of the ring. I can smell your breath from here. She yells at some guy. Oh, Nathan Frazier, one of Rollins. Dude, that little guy in the white with the pictures on the computer? Oh, wow. Okay. I've reverted back to how I used to be with NXT. Like, when NXT first started, I didn't have a whole lot of interest in it, so I didn't really pay attention very much. I did a little bit, but not very much to who some of these, new recruits were or developmental stars were, unless they already had a track record like a CM Punk or something, or during the OVW days or anybody else that kind of already made a name for themselves. I generally didn't know who they were until they got close to being called up. And so that's the way it is now. Once the black and gold ended and they changed directions again, I'm like, you know what? I don't have time. So I'm just not going to care about anybody until they start making enough noise or getting enough exposure or getting enough praise that they're worth watching. Oh, Ruby Soho is there with the paint. Oh, right in your own face, Ruby. There you go. Oh, there's Tony with the shoe to the back of Ruby. She's got her shoe. She's fucking mad. She's slapping everybody. Shoe slapping, titty slapping. Oh, Lord. Huh. Yeah, I mean, Toni Storm has done a great job of... You almost forget that she was even in the Outcast. Like, all of this is so good that the Outcast days feel far behind her by this point, Garrett, I think NXT has an overrun, or they have overruns frequently. So they probably will have one. I would think they would. If they're going this far out of their way to counter program AEW with the Codys and the Cenas and everything else, if they've done all of that, and then the one thing they don't do is have an overrun, that would be weird. So I think NXT probably will have an overrun. And the one in the blue won this match. So Lola Vice advances. I literally don't know who any of these women are at all. Good for them. Breakout. I hope one of them breaks out and becomes a huge star. I hope one of you... Oh, she's dancing? Okay. She dances too. Right on. I hope one of you main events WrestleMania one day. I honestly do. Soraya's tearing up signs in the picture-in-picture. We're reminded of Adam Copeland and Luchasaurus here in just a little bit. And NXT is scheduled for an 8-minute overrun. AEW has a 10-minute. Both matches have on boring women's matches at the same time. Well, the NXT one was fast. I don't have a problem with women's matches. And this one, like Saraya and Shida, I like them both. Everybody likes Shida. Who doesn't like Shida? Good knees. Good hard knees by Saraya. At this point where we're at, I kind of hope that Toni Storm is the one that takes the title from Saraya. Just keep building that issue and have Toni Storm go crazier and get crazier. She's building a huge babyface audience with this persona, even though it's kind of a heel persona. The work is so good that fans like it. And if she beats Saraya for the championship, that would be great. Yeah, that NXT women's match wasn't bad. This is a big night for NXT. They're not just going to put two girls that have been in the developmental system for 3 weeks out there, So they trusted these two and where they're at in their training and their spot to go out there on a night like this, and trusted them to go out there and put on a good match. Sounds like they did, and it was fast. I don't know much about this Chase U shit either, except I like the little one. She's great. What are the rest of Mandy, Juicy Jane or whatever, and Gigi Dolan. What are they doing? Oh my God, look at Paul Heyman. My tribal chief. What is it, my tribal chief? I mean, Jesus Christ, like this guy is like the definition of a dick rider. You're not a wise man, you're a dick rider. Like if I ever talked and groveled to another man the way Paul Heyman talks to Roman Reigns, I would feel ashamed of myself. I would feel like a weak little boy. To let somebody own you like that? Oh my God, never. Never in a million years. Oh. Big spill by Sheeta. Heyman looks startled but intrigued by Braun Breaker. Oh God, I hate when he does that. Is that even where the fucking microphone is? Like the speaker is here on the phone. You don't talk to the top of it. Come Roman Reigns. It can't hear you up here. You would go like this. You would say, call Roman Reigns, not call Roman Reigns. What the fuck's wrong with Paul Heyman? Idiot. Unless he's got a phone that I don't know about. Maybe he's got one of them, maybe he's got one of them Androids or something, and then maybe y'all's speakers up here. But I know on normal phones, because you talk like this, your mouth is here, so your speaker's going to be there. It's like in WCW when the referees pointed the card cam to ring the bell. I'm like, that's not where it is. It's over there. All right, Carmelo Hayes. I really do like him a lot. All right, we're going to get a commercial here on NXT as Breaker makes his entrance with Cena. And Sheeta and Saraya wrapping up business over here on Dynamite. Oh, a DDT and a float over pin by Saraya. Not bad. Sheeta kicks out. Saraya did get a little bit of help here from Ruby that was fended off by Tony Storm. So this is kind of a, you got to win now. You got nobody else to help you. Oh, that. I was about to say she's going to have to do some heelish shit by herself, and she did. No, and Sheeta kicks out. Yeah. How much heart does Saraya have? How much heart does Sheeta have? What are you talking about, Shivani? Crowd wants Sheeta. I'm glad Saraya needs a good match, you know? She needs like a good in-ring match. She just needs that. Calm the critics just a bit. Jeez. Falcon Arrow from Sheeta. Was Sheeta's hand on the ropes there? Sheeta just pinned Saraya and won the title. Well, damn. How many? Is this her third time? Did she three-peat? Or did she four-peat? What is this for Sheeta? Okay, all right, I'll take that. I'm glad the Saraya experiment was over. I don't think she was doing that belt any favors. I like Saraya, but that whole win in London was just too manufactured for me. But at least she won the title. She had that moment. She kind of deserved that after what she's been through. But Sheeta winning the title back, hey, I got no complaints. Champion again. I felt like she was kind of done wrong in her last run, so maybe they can make that right too. The way Saraya won it all in, it was like, what the fuck did Sheeta even win the title for at all if they just did it like this? 3-time. Okay, thank you, Sheeta. Sheeta answered my question. She's a 3-time champ. That's what I thought, but I briefly thought that maybe it was 4. All right, I can live with that. Orange Cassidy and Sheeta both pick up championship gold on Dynamite. Oh. Oh. Jericho is getting his internal injuries. Oh, this is it. Oh. Oh, they're about to make I thought they were about to make a major announcement here. This is great, though. Tony Khan's announcing a big toy donation for Christmas holidays. Okay, that's awesome. But the way Tony Khan set that up, I thought it was something that was going to... Isn't Tony Khan supposed to have a big announcement? Didn't he say that? Tony, where you at? I can't tell what I'm looking at here. Oh, okay. I see what they're doing. Okay, never mind. Oh, cool. Brian Pillman. Shit. Turn this down. Turn this up. Thank you for that. Oh. Look at this. Look at his hair. Okay, so they're making it sound like maybe he's got some animosity towards his father. Not animosity, but has... I think about the dead father. Wow. I remember Pillman's death very vividly, and the fact that I'm watching his kid right now. Oh. King. Okay, so he's going to be Lexus King. And I guess that name has something to do with maybe his stepfather or something, or what? I thought it had to do with his sister. But the last name must be of whoever he raised him. Look at Asuka and her. Okay, so Takeshita's doing the sign, the Sammy Guevara signs in the picture-in-picture. Asuka's talking to somebody who I don't know. 2 girls, I don't know. 3 girls, I don't know. Excuse me. 4. Oh, there's Tiffany Stratton. I know her. We know you're Tiffany Stratton. We know that. Okay, I'm turning this down because I don't care what they're saying. Wow, and I got a John Cena commercial, a John Cena Wipeout commercial during the picture-in-picture on Dynamite. while John Cena is also on NXT. That's wild shit. That's wacky stuff. Well, I like that Pillman stuff. Yeah, but Brian Pillman was just a boy when his dad passed away. I was 20. Oh, that was Blair Davenport. Okay. See, you guys got to help me out with my NXT knowledge. It's going to be poor because I don't watch it. But once somebody starts getting over or gets some praise, I generally hear about it from you guys or see it somewhere on social media. I'll check them out. I'll start watching their matches. That's just the way I play it now. Like, I'm not going to engage until I know. I'm not going to give you your time. I give you my time until I know you've got it. That's why when Sol Ruka comes back, she's going to get all kinds of my time. All right, Max and Renee interview. Paul Heyman is on NXT. The words from Juice Robinson. What's going on with you? Okay, just call this boy. Oh no, he's going to call Adam. Please pick up. And watch, Adam's not going to pick up and MJF's going to need him. Or he's going to be busy with Roddy. I'll have to call you back, Max. We're in the middle of a Nintendo game. Yeah, Adam Cole's. I love this. You guys again. Oh, they're gonna volunteer. Yeah. Come on, scissor him, Max. Come on. If you don't do it, I will. No, Max is not having it. Not having it. Yeah. We didn't ask.
When did you decide that you could just offer up our services?
Yeah.
And then two, what is your infatuation with this Yahoo? He's kind of sus. Look,
It's kind of. I hate words kids say now. If you see me in person and I say the word sus, punch me as hard as you can. Like, you have my permission. It's totally fine. I'll have deserved it. All right, here comes Christian and Lucha. On this day, it's almost time for Adam Copeland to come out. I hope he hits the Copecution. All right, so Carmelo and Carmelo and the Breaker of Bronze is in the ring. And they're fighting. Cena's out there, Heyman's out there. Dozens of people in the NXT universe on the edge of their seat. A couple people have kicked over their Pepsi and it's spilled all over the floor. One thing I didn't like about Collision last week, and I know they didn't have a huge house in the attendance, but WWE did this years ago, and like when Raw and SmackDown split and they started like dimming the lights on Raw and made it real dark. Remember that? Like 2002 or 3 or whatever those years were. Hated that. And I just like, I like better lit arenas. That's why, you know, if AEW is going to routinely draw between 2,000 and 5,000, go to the smallest venues possible so they look full, you know? I was saying the same thing about WWE years ago when they were coming nowhere close to filling these venues that they had contracts with. And I'm like, you know, if you just go to an 8,000 seat place instead of a 20,000 seat place, it would look much better. 6,000 people wouldn't look much better than in a 20,000 seat arena. But now it's like they're doing all right. But AEW's finding themselves. Yeah, keep it down. What town are they in? What shitty town are they in? Kansas or something? Shut up, Kansas. Yeah, Kansas City. Shut up, Kansas City. Kansas City. Can you get any further away from an ocean? Yeah.
People's jaws on the floor with the 3 words that I said to the rated R superstar.
It was the best go fuck yourself I've ever heard. Ever. In any movie, in any argument. All right, for those tuning in, Christian's in the ring cutting a promo. Pitcher in pitcher NXT, Carmelo and Braun.
That they needed his experience in the past. Difference is, Adam, I didn't take some ragtag group, dress them up like it's Halloween, and convince them they're tough guys.
Oh, Judgment Day shade. Ragtag. Mommy and Dom Dom are not ragtag. Oh, wow. Wow.
It also made me laugh. You actually almost made me crack a smile when you came out and gave the big joke. Hey, let's get the team back together. Let's have all these dream matches. Let's finish our careers together. It's funny that that same sentiment wasn't there a few years ago, Adam.
This is Christian's explanation.
It's funny that same sentiment wasn't there when I was deliberately being held back, even though I was clearly the more talented of the two. You were getting pushed to the moon. Why didn't you want to get back together then, Adam, huh? Where were your tag team aspirations then, I asked?
I think a lot of fans really did appreciate Christian. There was a portion of the audience when Edge was at the peak that were starting to say Christian needs his flowers. He's every bit as good. He's proven it now.
Keeps climbing to new heights because I am without a doubt the hottest star in this industry. I'm the most talked about star in this business, and you can't get the tag team back together when the fact is you need me. I don't need you.
Okay. I wonder how long it's going to take before Edge and Christian get physical, like before they touch.
In fact, I know your wife Beth is a huge fan.
Oh my God, he's bringing up Beth. Yikes. Has Tony Khan made his announcement yet?
And you know what? I'm already getting bored. And the destruction end you right here once and for all. But take solace in the fact your little girls, Lyric and Ruby, will be well taken care of. Hey, Beth, I know you're out there.
Oh God. He's going to take care of Lyric and Ruby. That's his daughter's name, Lyric? Lyric.
Put some clean sheets on the bed.
Ooh.
Because your new father is coming home, girls.
Yeah, when your new father comes home, you're going to need some clean sheets. That's just standard stuff. Okay, here comes Edge. He's running to the ring. Look at him in his shit. I love his vest. Oh, no. Nick Wayne's in there. Oh, son of a bitch. Is Darby training for Mount Everest yet? Can he help out here? I like Edge's... I like that he's a little bit less... You know, he doesn't have the big robe. Oh, excuse me. I'm glad he doesn't have the big flashy robe. He's kind of just got the vest. He probably needed new gear made because all his other shit said Edge on it. Now it has an A, like an A on the head. A for Adam. He got attacked right out of the gate here. He ran to the ring when his music played, and then Nick Wayne came in from behind him, grabbed his leg, and allowed Lucha to hit him, and now Adam is struggling to get to his feet. All his shit says Adam Copeland on it. His vest does, his gear, his tights. He's fighting up. He's pissed. Oh, he's going to murder Luchasaurus. I would make this a squash. I would squash him. Like, this match does not need to be long. It needs to be short. Oh, wow. Tombstone. A lot of pressure by a Luchasaurus there to have that Hall of Famer in your arms for a pile driver. Execute that properly, please. Let's not kill our rated R superstar. They call him Copes. I can't. No. Let's not call him Copes. Coparino would be all right. Copamania. Big time Copy Jam. All that would be fine. But not Copes. Braun Breaker's working over Mello pretty good. They call him Mello? Am I allowed to call him that? So good. I'm going to give NXT the nod, I guess, for pure athleticism and youth. I'm going to give the nod to Breaker and Mello in this match. We got a pretty large man taking on a 50-year-old in the other match, so. Yeah, Adam has had no offense. Nick Wayne is out there. Edge, you might want to bail out of that. Oh, you're using YouTube, Max? Yeah, I'm as refreshed as I can be here on my DirecTV stream. I've got a 6:59 time on, so we got 1 minute left till the top of the hour here, or less. Both shows look to be getting an overrun because both matches are still in progress. I have NXT on mute and I'm listening to Dynamite. I'm watching both shows at the same time and I don't think my rating is going to count. When those ratings come in for these shows, I don't think it includes what we're people like me who stream this shit. Both shows are drawing a hell of a lot more than what the numbers say. Ryan, you've gotten 2 commercials during this live stream. I have my my ads set to conservative. I want them to be as few as possible, but I don't really know what you guys see. I haven't seen a YouTube ad in like 6 years. As soon as YouTube had that became premium or red or whatever it was at first, I signed up the first day, never looked back. I don't even know what a YouTube ad looks like. So I try not to make mine too obnoxious and intrusive for you guys. And I try to set them as low as possible, but I can't really set them any lower than they are without turning them off completely. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Ryan. Oh, man, okay. We got Adam getting worked over by Lucha. He's in the middle of the ring. Big top rope something there by Breaker to Mello. And he kicked out. Christian is on the stage, by the way, sitting in a chair watching this. Nick Wayne is at ringside. In a little black suit. A little necklace. Looks adorable. It's crazy to see Edge working a match in AEW. It's Crazy. All right, we're getting a picture-in-picture here. They have a 10-minute overrun, so we got 9 minutes left in AEW, and I believe about 7 minutes left in NXT. We are now past the top of the hour. Both shows are in their overrun. Another kick out by Carmelo. He seems to be surviving. Solo's here? Oh, is he going to attack Cena? I don't see him yet. I feel like... Oh, there he is. Based on... And what we saw on SmackDown, too. So, is it just me? Or are they setting up Solo and Cena for Saudi Arabia? Because I think that's going to be... That's going to be our match. Oh, we got a code breaker to Braun Breaker. A code breaker to Braun Breaker on the outside of the ring. And we got picture-in-picture on AEW. Edge still getting his ass kicked by Luchasaurus. Progressive commercial on Dynamite, in case you're wondering. Did he just win? He did. I missed the finish. Oh, and he got speared right after. Shit. They'll show the replay, I'm sure. Oh, is this where Undertaker's going to come out? They're going to do Undertaker, aren't they? It's got to be Taker. I forgot about Taker. So Carmelo Hayes won. Braun Breaker speared him after the match. He's probably going to get on the mic now. There's the stick. And then Undertaker's probably going to come out. Uh-oh, Undertaker in NXT. God, they have to bring out... They're playing Kid Rock? Oh, he's the American Badass. Oh, I cannot have... What was he outside shooting some Bud Light cans before he came out? Oh, I'm glad he's not coming out as the Undertaker. Like, that character's officially retired. If we ever see Mark Calloway again, I think it'll be somebody like this. Watch, he doesn't show up. It's just they just play his music. All right, we are still commercial on Dynamite. There he is. What's the point of this, though? He's going to ride a motorcycle into this little ass. You really needed to ride that down there? It's like 10 feet from the gorilla to the ring. He rides a motorcycle down there. Okay. All right, we are back to full screen here as Undertaker rides his motorbike around the ring to Kid Rock's American Badass, like it's 2000. And on Dynamite, it's Adam Copeland and Luchasaurus battling. They're brawling on the outside of the ring right now. Luchasaurus moved the steps and exposing a ton of confetti. Undertaker hobbles his ass, saunters up the stairs, and gets in the ring. He can't even do the thing with his arms. It hurts. Yeah, you're a little patch on your shirt. Yeah, we know. You love America. We know. I think Booker T loves it. What's he going to say? Spear him. He's still huge. Look how big Undertaker is. God damn. All right, we got Undertaker on one show, Edge on the other. Listen to me, old timer. Undertaker's like, yeah, I was Survivor Series tag team partners with your dad. All right, Edge going to the top rope. 6 minutes past the hour. We got Undertaker and Braun Breaker cutting a promo in the ring. We got Adam Copeland finally having a little bit of offense against Luchasaurus here. You going to choke slam Braun Breaker here? Oh, he knocked him out with a punch. Oh, he's going to go. He's stalking him. Undertaker's actually getting physical here. He punched Braun Breaker. Now he's going to choke slam him. You better lift up. He got up. Wow, big choke slam. That was all Braun Breaker. Don't try to do old school, Undertaker. I wouldn't recommend that. It's got to be cool though. Like what a great moment for like Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes to be sharing a ring with him, you know? It's this generation's equivalent of sharing a ring with Andre the Giant when you're first getting into business or something. All right, he's just stalling in the ring. I would really hate if Undertaker coming out and choke slamming Braun Breaker did more ratings than this, but it might. All right, we're going to get a superplex. Taker's giving Breaker advice. Okay, Undertaker's just giving Breaker some advice as he lays on the mat. Edge and Luchasaurus are battling on the top rope. It is 8 minutes past the hour. NXT is going off the air right now. AEW probably has another minute and a half, 2 minutes left. Cool. Big superplex to Lucha. And I'm assuming that's going to be the end for NXT. Taker giving the nod to Carmelo there. Very cool. And we're getting the watermark there. Okay, good. NXT is off the air officially. Now, it's AEW. 2 minutes left in Edge and Luchasaurus. All we're missing here is a spear and a celebration from Adam Copeland. This is a signed Mace and Mansoor in the front row there. That's funny. All right, NXT is over. I can shut that off, and we can just concentrate on Dynamite now. Oh, Nick's positioning that chair between the top and middle turnbuckles. Edge is going to try to spear and miss. Oh, and he speared the chair. Oh, is he going to lose his first match? Kicked out. Phew. All right, well, you got a minute left to get to your spear here, Edge, and put this man away. Because we know that's what's going to happen. There we go. Oh, double boot. Both men are down. It's 10 minutes past the hour here. He might have extended it to 7:15 to get that quarter-hour push. That's what I would have done if I was Tony Khan. He might have gotten a 15-minute overrun. We don't know. We're past 10 minutes now. Oh, God. Oh, I thought he was going to spear him on the steps there. Yeah, it does look like Twitter is not happy about the roll of quarters thing. I can understand. But every single post I'm looking at right now on the timeline is that. Yeah, everybody's tweeting about that. Okay, we'll talk about that this week. Beer on the floor, by the way, which looked good. Tony Khan is crying the virgin. You're fun, George. What a dork. I don't know how dumbasses can have so much hate in their heart for someone they'll never meet and doesn't know they exist. The virgin. Oh my God. Christian's there. There we go. I was wondering how long it would take for them to get physical. He just took the belt right up, gave it back. There you go. That's going to be your, there you go, knockout Nick Wayne. Here it goes, spear to Lucha. That'll be ball game. That was great. Christian ran to the ring with the belt, got up on the apron. Edge took the belt right out of his hands, hit Luchasaurus in the face with it, and then threw the belt back to Christian. Eddie Guerrero style. Lucha now thinks Christian hit him with the belt. Spear and a 3 count. So Tony Khan might have gotten a 12 or 13 minute overrun there. Well, that was about how we expected it to go. Nick's there. Well, I guess is he gonna try to fight back, or is he gonna get a save made? Is Darby Allin training for the big Everest climb? He's got to be careful not to fall into a crevasse. Who's this? Oh, Danielson. Good. Oh yeah, Danielson and Edge reunited. Don't be stacking them. That's what they should do. Christian should totally stack them. Shouldn't he? Here's this. Claudio. BCC coming out to help out Adam. I like it. Claudio and Wheeler. Edge never got a chance to work with Claudio, did he? Come Swerve. Wow. Everybody's out there. Danielson, the Embassy, Claudio. Christian taking it to Danielson. Are we going to get one more person? Oh, Hangman coming. This whole show going to go off like an old school Raw? Like just a big brawl and JR signing us off? We'll see you next Monday. Wow, Danielson's got a crossface on Christian, and Edge just leveled Nicholas Wayne with a spear. I want to see a little Danielson and Edge acknowledgement here between the two. And that's it. It's going to go off the air with Christian getting LaBelle locked to shit. Oh, wow. Okay. That was something. All right. That's a wrap on our Title Tuesday, Competition Tuesday, whatever you want to call it. That was crazy. NXT, AEW Dynamite head-to-head. I didn't write down notes for a full review, so here's my kind of overall thoughts on both shows. NXT was very cool to see people like Cody Rhodes, John Cena in the NXT environment. Looks like Roxanne Perez and Asuka had a really good match. They set up a fun Ilya Dragunov and Dominic match, which was good. The main event looked good. And we had LA Knight making an appearance as the special guest referee in the Dominic and Dragunov match. And with the main event with Paul Heyman and John Cena being in the respective corners of Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes and the tease of The Undertaker, they tied all of that in the end, in the end with Carmelo getting the win, Breaker attacking him, getting on the mic and saying he's a badass or whatnot, and then being interrupted by The Undertaker coming out to Kid Rock's American Badass. So The Undertaker in an NXT ring, Cena, Cody, that was pretty surreal to see. And Undertaker got a little bit physical, kicking the shit out of Braun Breaker, hitting him with a straight right hand and a choke slam and putting him down. That was all really cool. I'm glad that WWE thinks enough of AEW to stack up their show like this when they're already on their normal time slot. This is where they normally are. And lately, they've been doing pretty good numbers. They've been doing numbers that are competitive with Dynamite already. So the fact that they're loading this up means that they want to make sure that they win the night in the ratings. That's important to them. Why? Because AEW is a competing, hear the word, wrestling promotion, and they want to beat them. So Tony Khan wants to do the same thing. Had himself a nice 6-pack of something last night and went on a tweet rampage that was one of the more entertaining things I've ever seen. And both NXT and AEW took turns yesterday, one-upping each other. We're going to go commercial free. Oh, yeah, well, we're going to go commercial free. We're going to do an overrun. We're going to do an overrun. They kept one-upping each other and kept stacking the shows as big as they could, or doing little tricks, anything they could to get the advantage on the other. The only difference is with AEW is what we got from them was a card that would pretty much rival any Dynamite, but they went as far as to do a buy-in on the on YouTube. So AEW was really trying to react to NXT or WWE and vice versa, and it set us up here with a really fun night of competition. And with NXT stacking the show the way they did, it's up to them. This is their night to lose, really. They're already on their normal time slot. AEW is the one coming over into their territory, so WWE has no excuses. They set themselves up in a no excuses situation. They better fucking hope they win those ratings tomorrow, because can you imagine if they don't? I don't know who's going to win in the overall numbers tomorrow. I have no idea. I think I predicted AEW 810, NXT 760, but I think both shows might do better than that. And I could have that wrong. NXT could win, but I think whatever the final score is, I think it could potentially be within 100,000 viewers and be pretty close. So if NXT were, for example, to lose in the ratings, that's a huge victory for AEW, because there really should be no excuses for NXT, who's already established on Tuesday, and put 3 or 4 names of legends that have never appeared in an NXT environment before in their lives up against a competing wrestling promotion who's coming into your night on the same time slot, and you lose to them. That's going to be a big... Tony Khan's going to be quite obnoxious on social media if AEW wins the night. I'm not sure if they are. I think NXT might squeak it out, but I think it's going to be interesting. And whatever happens, it's going to make for a really interesting discussion on social media. But on AEW's side of things, I thought their show was really good tonight too, because we had 2 title changes, both kind of surprising. Moxley pulled from the Rey Fenix match because he's not cleared yet. I had speculated over the weekend on the podcast that Jon Moxley would win back the title because he probably wasn't set to lose it to begin with. They called an audible the night that he got hurt. So I figured that he would just win the belt back tonight. But then when he was pulled from the match, they replaced him with Orange Cassidy and wound up giving Orange Cassidy the belt back, which sucks because now looking back in hindsight, you probably wish he never dropped that belt to begin with, and he would have held it now for a year. But that was ruined when they put it on Mox, and then he got hurt and that all got screwed up. So Orange Cassidy won the belt back. That was kind of surprising. And then Saraya dropped the belt to Hikaru Shida, and Shida is now a 3-time champion. The only thing that I didn't see, maybe you guys can answer me in the chat real quick before we get out of here, is that Tony Khan during Dynamite said that he had a big announcement coming, on Twitter, but I didn't see what the announcement was unless the announcement was what Tony Schiavone referred to or referenced when he talked about the toy donation for charity. That might have been it, but I thought maybe the announcement was going to be something a little bit bigger. The Tony Storm stuff was funny because they did her silent films in the picture-in-picture format, which was really good. On NXT, we saw a vignette for Brian Pillman Jr., who's going to be known as, I guess, Lexus King. He didn't talk very highly about his father in this vignette and basically made it sound like he's going to be using his tumultuous childhood as motivation for this new character, taking the name of the man who raised him. So Lexus King, I guess, is going to be what his name is, a pairing of his stepfather and his sister, I believe. and it looked pretty good. So we'll see how Junior does there. So that was all right. And overall, this was all kinds of fun. I really did enjoy what I was seeing from both shows. I had AEW here on with the volume up, and we were eyeballing NXT on the wall on mute. And whenever something big was going on in NXT, we would turn the volume up, and it was working out pretty good. But in the main event here tonight on AEW, we saw Adam Copeland taking on Luchasaurus. Christian explained why he told Adam to go fuck himself last week, and, just ever the heel, and went in to talk about Adam's family and his daughters and Beth, and that she should change the sheets because daddy's coming home, or their new daddy is coming home. All this stuff. The Edge and Luchasaurus match was actually pretty good. Lucha was very dominant, and he had a lot of help from Nick Wayne as Christian watched from the ramp. But in the end, it was Adam using the belt that Christian brought down to the ring against Luchasaurus and was able to beat him. And the show went off the air with a big, huge brawl with all of the members of, all the people that had matches tonight. We had Danielson, Hangman, Swerve. Everybody was out there brawling with each other and label locking Christian. Danielson was label locking Christian as the show went off the air. So cool to see Danielson and Adam Copeland back in the same ring together after getting stacked at WrestleMania a couple of years ago. So I thought it was a lot of fun. I really did. And I think that, if you watched wrestling tonight and you had anything other than fun, you really need to seek out some professional help, because there's no reason for any fan, any of us, to be angry about anything. The only thing I'm noticing right now on social media is the backlash that appears to be happening with AEW due to what we saw in the MJF and Bullet Club Gold segment, which I really did like. I liked the heat that was building there, but apparently the quarter thing might have gone too far, especially with kind of what's going on right now. And a lot of people are calling AEW out for that. I suppose rightfully so. In the heat of the moment, we're watching both shows. I wasn't in the mindset to get offended, but I understand why people would take issue for that for sure. The timing on that, I think, was probably the worst. They've brought out quarters a bunch of times. Max brought it up in his promo. He's the one that brought this up. But I think the timing is the issue most people were having with this. And I can understand that. I really can. So AEW might deserve a little bit of the criticism they're going to get for that segment. But at the same time, tribalism is going to rear its head there, and the same people that have I hate snowflakes in their bio are suddenly going to have a huge problem with something that they probably wouldn't normally have a problem with. But it's a chance to jump on AEW, so of course they're going to take it no matter how hypocritical it makes them look. But for the normal people out there who are fans of both and are adults, if you took offense to what was done in that promo, I can understand. I can. So overall, though, still a fun night of wrestling. I wish and hope that we can get these like once or twice a year. It doesn't have to be all the time, but anytime you can put an AEW show, a big one, up against a WWE show, it's always going to be fun. We're getting that a little bit on Saturdays now with Collision and pay-per-views, but pay-per-views and Collision are different entity. Like one, obviously, most people, even if you are an AEW fan, is probably going to watch a PLE over Collision. But in a case like this, where it's a Dynamite versus an NXT, that's where an audience is legitimately divided, probably because it probably will be pretty close. I could be wrong, but I don't think we're going to see a 300,000 viewer gap here in the ratings tomorrow. We could get 800 from NXT and 500 from Dynamite. We could. I just doubt it. I just think it's going to be more 8-7 or 9-8. Something like that. So we'll see. But whenever we can get something like this happening, I think it would be really fun. It would be great if we could get a Dynamite up against a Raw somehow. Not permanently, because I think that's a mistake. TNA trying to go to Mondays was dumb. AEW should not do that either. But if something happens and there's no other day available to run a Dynamite except a Monday because of NBA or whatever the hell is going on, and Dynamite just randomly ran on Mondays, that would be great, because what it would do is force WWE to stack their fucking show, and then AEW is going to want to stack their show to do some damage to WWE's rating, and we would be given a really awesome night of wrestling. And if that happened, I'd do the picture-in-picture thing again, totally. So I hope we get a couple of these a year every now and then. It was super fun, super fun. So anyway, okay, thank you, Monique. It was the toy donation. Okay, it was the toy donation. I get it. Yeah, but with what's going on with the war right now, that timing isn't great. That is the point I think people are making on social media that I totally understand. Totally. They're not out of line, thinking that. But, as long as it comes from a non-tribal perspective, that's all I look for when it comes to criticisms. But yeah, we got a 900 and 700,000. So you predicted a 900 for NXT and 700 to 800 for AEW. We could very well see that. I mean, I think a lot more wrestling eyeballs tuned in tonight than most nights. But what does AEW normally do? I'm sorry, NXT normally do on Wednesdays? Their numbers lately have been around that 800,000 mark, right? So you would think if that's about the best they're doing right now, another company running on a show on the same night is going to take away from those numbers, even if you stack the show up. So basically, I can't see them doing higher than they normally do because they have competition. Just like I can't see AEW doing higher than they normally do. Right now, these days on Wednesdays, they're about in the same range, right around that 800,000 plus mark. 800 to 900,000 is generally where they're at, just like NXT. So I feel like those numbers, if anything, just to be maintained, would be a victory for either show. If NXT is able to draw similar numbers to what they normally draw, while they have head-to-head competition, that's impressive. And same goes with AEW. And that also means that wrestling fans just turned out. Wrestling fans actually watched tonight. And AEW, I think, hopefully did a good enough job to get the word out to their audience that they're running on a Tuesday. And we had this great head-to-head moment. And I think tomorrow's going to be really interesting. I can't wait to see it. Like I said, it's all on WWE. There is no pressure at all on AEW. If AEW loses in the ratings, the tribals are going to be jumping up and down on social media like it's a victory when it should be. WWE's on their regular night, their regular time slot, and they booked an entire fucking Hall of Fame class to come in to boost them up. If they lose, that's pathetic. So you better hope they win. And if they do, don't act like it's some big victory. All they did is what they should have done. Anything other than a victory is going to be a huge loss for WWE, where AEW, they're kind of playing with house money. They're not even on their normal night. So if they're able to come in and actually outdraw a WWE established show that's already there that loaded up John Cena and Cody and Taker and Heyman and everybody else, and they lose, that is a victory that you can truly celebrate, and that's why AEW is kind of in a better spot than WWE tonight, even if they lose, because a victory for them would be a legitimate big victory, something to celebrate. A victory for WWE would be like, well, what the fuck did you expect? This is already your night, and you stacked it up with a whole bunch of people that have never even set foot in that fucking performance center before. All because another wrestling company came to your night. You did all of that in response to that. You better win. You better win. So all you tribals out there that are going to get very happy tomorrow if the ratings show an NXT victory, think about what you're celebrating there. All you're celebrating is the obvious. All you're celebrating is what should have happened. It's really not a victory. This should be a layup for NXT. So before you start whacking off, think about what it means. It's probably not that big of a deal for NXT to win in the ratings here, considering what they put for their audience. AEW, on the other hand, coming in, drawing a higher number, much bigger deal. Much bigger deal. So we will see. Tomorrow should be interesting, and so should the discourse. Luckily, I have got a busy day at work, so I'm going to largely ignore that, but I'm going to be very interested to see what Brandon Thurston, whoever else we're using for ratings these days, has to report tomorrow morning. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's part of the fun. It reminds me of the good old days. So anyway, that's going to be it for us. Thanks a lot for hanging out. I know this was wicked confusing. You guys were troopers to be able to hang out with me tonight, knowing that I've got one show here, one show over here, one's on mute, one's not. And then sometimes I switch them, and then I'm trying to explain and talk about what's going on both shows at the same time. And you guys hung with me through all that. I appreciate it very much. Thanks again. So I will be up here probably, we should be up here good to go on Saturday for a Winged Eagle ahead of Collision. We'll catch up on everything that we learned this week. There's a lot of news going on right now, too, about CM Punk and some other things. So we'll have ratings news to discuss. We will have hopefully a lot of other things to discuss as well. And it'll be a loaded podcast. We'll have another watch along this Sunday. And if anything crazy happens in the next couple of days, I'll be up here for a mic drop to talk about it, especially if we get some really interesting ratings news tomorrow. Like if we get some major upset, or if we get any sort of numbers that are just surprising at all from either side, maybe it will be worth a quick video on that. Thanks, you guys. Have a great rest of your night, and I will be talking to you real soon. Peace.